Hello everyone, greetings again. Myself Asmit Roy Burman and I'm making this video as the part of final assignment of the Seismic Design course from Skyfi Labs. In the last assignment, I applied a dead load, live load and wind loads on this building model and ran the analysis and design check on this building. In this video, I'll apply a seismic load and run the analysis using a linear static method, a response spectrum method, and time history method, and also design this building. And to begin with, I'll go to Define tab, Load Patterns. And we can see there are two load patterns defined, a dead load and a seismic load. The seismic load has the IS code of IS 1893-2016. To see the details of this seismic loading, we have the direction of the seismic loading is in X direction and as well as in Y direction. The seismic zone factor Z is 0.16, site type is 2, importance factor is 1.5 and response reduction is 0.3. All these value came from the IS code as well. Now we'll have a look at the load cases in this building model. As we can see, there are 4 load cases defined: dead load, seismic load, time history load, and a response spectrum load. We can see the load named seismic has a load case type of linear static. And now we have successfully defined and applied the seismic load on this building model. Also, I'd like to mention we do not need to select any specific part of the structure to apply this load. Now, I'll start running analysis on this building using the linear static method of seismic loading. To do so, I'll go to Analyze, set load cases, and now I'll toggle the seismic load action to run, time history to do not run, and the response spectrum to do not run. I'll click on Run now to start the analysis. After the analysis is complete, we would be able to view the behavior of this structure in case of a seismic loading. We can also view the shear forces, the bending moments, and the shell stresses as well. We can check the progress on the bottom left corner of the software window. We can see the analysis on this building is complete. We can hover our mouse pointer and see the displacements of the structural members. If we want to see the behavior of this structure, we can click on Start Animation and we can actually see how this building is supposed to behave in case of a seismic loading. And as expected, the building behavior is like this in case of a seismic loading. I'll stop the animation and look out the forces in this building. To do so, I'll go to Display tab, Force or Stress Diagrams, Frame Forces. We have the shear forces, the bending moments, etc. You can also have a look at the shell stresses. So these are the shell stresses on this building. we can hover a mouse pointer and see the values. Now we can go to Design tab and start design or check on this building. But we'll skip that part for now and move on to the next method. In this case, we'll first unlock the model. This would delete all the analysis data present. And now we can start from the beginning again, defining the load and adding the spectrums. Now I'll go to Functions, Response Spectrum, and as we can see, I've already defined a response spectrum function. To see the details of this, I'll go to Modify Spectrum. We can see the name as response spectrum. The seismic zone is 3. The seismic zone factor is 0.16. The importance factor is 1.5. The soil type is 2. The response reduction factor R is 0.3. All these values are same from the beginning and also came from the IS code IS 1893-2016. We can move our mouse pointer over this graph to see the values. Now we have defined the response spectrum function. Now we'll define the load cases. We'll go to define load cases. We can see there are 4 load cases and there is one load case named response spectrum with load case type of response spectrum as well. I'll go to modify or showcase. The name of the case is response spectrum, the load case type is response spectrum, and we have seen that this load acts in x direction and y direction as well. So we have 2 loads, namely u1 and u2 applied in the response spectrum function and having the scale factor of 2450.25 for x direction and y direction. The scale factor value 2450.25 came from the formula Ig by 2R, where I stands for the importance factor, G as well as always acceleration due to gravity, 2, and R is the response reduction factor. Now we have defined the load cases, the response spectrum function, and now we are in a place to run the analysis. We'll go to Analyze, Set Load Cases to Run. I'll toggle the response spectrum to Run, and the time history data remains Do Not Run. I'll click on Run now and start the analysis. And now, as it's visible, we have the analysis data in front of us from the response spectrum analysis of the seismic load. We can again start the animation and see the behavior of the building. We can go to Display tab and see the different forces like shear force, bending moments, shear stresses, etc. And we can go to Design tab and start the designing. In this case, we might do design. So we'll go to Design tab, Concrete Frame Design, and click on Start Design or Check. By clicking this, I am instructing the software to run design on this building. After the design is complete, we'll be able to view the reinforcements of this building and all the values of the reinforcements in the structural members. The process of running analysis and design for all different models is same. So I won't repeat the step of designing this building for the time history analysis method. And so now our design of this building is complete. We can zoom in and see the values of the longitudinal reinforcements. We can click on a particular member and have the details. We have the summary, the flexural details, shear details, and envelope. You can also go to reports and generate a project report for the same. These steps are same as the previous assignment where I applied the dead load, live load, and the wind load in this building and ran the analysis, design, and then generated the report. And now in front of us, we have the project report of this building after running the analysis using the response spectrum method, running the design, and generating the result. We have the table of contents, the list of tables, the structure data, the properties of the members, structures, the assignments of the loads, details about the loads, the reinforcements, everything. So this is how we ran analysis, design, and also generate the report of the seismic data using response spectrum method. And finally, I'll go for time history analysis. To do so, I'll first delete the analysis data, go to Define tab, Functions, Time History. Now, as we can see, I've already defined time history function. To see, I'll go to Modify or Show function. For this, I have been using the time history data from the Bhuj earthquake from 2001. It is visible that I have already added the time history data file from my computer to the software. I have also named the function as time history. The values are at an equal interval of 0.02. I have fixed the format type to fixed format and the characters per item is set to default 10. We can see the file from here. And I've already told this is the data from the Bhuj earthquake of January 26, 2001. And this is the earthquake data. And since there are 9 header lines before the actual earthquake data starts, so I have skipped the 9 lines from the beginning. The number of points per line is set to 1. We can change this value as per our requirement. And this is how our function graph looks like, and we can also point our mouse to see the values of the troughs and the peaks. Now we have defined the time history function for this seismic loading. Now, since the data is only available for X direction, we'll toggle off the seismic load from load patterns. I'll go to load patterns, seismic load, modify lateral load, and toggle off the Y direction. Rest of the data remains same as before. Now I'll go to define load cases, time history, modifier showcase. Since the data is only available for X direction, we have the load named U1. Its type is of acceleration, the function is time history, and the scale factor is same as before from response spectrum, that is 2450.25. Okay, you can see I have already deleted the response spectrum load case because that is not required for running the analysis in time history method. Okay, so now we have defined the time history function, we have applied the load and the load cases. Now it's time to run analysis for the time history analysis method of seismic loading. We'll go to this button and run analysis. After the analysis is complete, we'll be able to view the deformed shape of the structure, the behavior of the structure, the shell stresses, the shear forces, the bending moments, and etc. We can also go for designing, but this is going to take a lot of time, so I'll skip that part. And now we have in front of us the analysis data from the time history analysis method of seismic loading. We can hover a mouse pointer and see the displacements of the structural members, and we can also see the behavior of the structure. And again, as expected, this is how we expect the building to behave in case of a seismic loading. You can stop the animation, go to display and see the different forces like shear force, bending moment, shell stresses, go to design and start the design check for this building. But I'll end it for this today. Thank you very much.